A property dispute in one of Nairobi's leafy neighborhoods is taking the shape of a complex soap opera, complete with a thick plot locking rival sides into a dead heat contest. Now, the setting is Nairobi's Westlands area, and the cast, 3 members of a wealthy family of Asian extraction. The support cast, a wide dragnet that pulls in the police, immigration officials, politicians, lawyers, and self-styled influence peddlers.
Well, life for a man and his sister has become a constant negotiation game after their niece laid claim to the family property that includes businesses in industrial area. Well, Citizen TV Investigations has spent months trailing the players in the bitter dispute that almost resulted in the deportation of the main character. As our investigative reporter Purity Mwambia found out, there are fewer answers than questions to some of the happenings around Kenya's capital, Nairobi. Here now is our investigative story. We could only title it The Westlands Underworld.
Nothing money left from anything. Everything was taken, everything out from me.
He's worth billions of shillings.
He said you both of you die so we can inherit this property.
But his wealth, he says, is his waking nightmare. Seemingly, there is a lot of interest all around, from relatives to associates and even strangers.
Mr. Baklania and the sister have been my clients for the last 15 years.
A network of interested parties has gathered around the old man, like vultures around a carcass. Peddling of influence runs up and down, roping in senior immigration officials, senior police officers, and even politicians.
He had given 1 million shillings for me to be given.
Force and threats is the currency of trade here. The following events take place between July 2019 and present day.
I just received news that 70-year-old Dilip Bakrania, a British citizen, is about to be deported. I'm going to meet up with him at his home in Muthaiga Estate.
I'm called Dilip Bakrania. Let me meet you, my young sister. She's Jainta. Nice to meet you as well. We were born up from Nairobi area.
Are you a Kenyan?
Yes.
Where were you?
I'm born up Nairobi, Kenya. Been brought up with all my 3 children. All brought up for very young children. Right, and we'll show you nice pictures of my family. And the most important thing is my father. He was my eldest father.
A few months ago, Dilip Bakrania suffered from a mild stroke which has affected his speech. Bakrania and his 80-year-old sister Hansa Bakrania showed me around their home. The air of opulence is evident in this compound.
New car, both are same cars, brought from England long time ago.
Some of the cars here were bought in the early 80s and customized to suit their taste. The aging and increasingly frail Bakrania also owns several well-to-do companies. He owns Timwood, Metlex and Timco Chemicals Company, all located along the Westlands Road in Nairobi's industrial area. The companies supply compressor machines to some of the big companies in Kenya. We established that he co-owned these properties with his late brother Jan Tilal Bakrania, who passed away in 2010.
How do you run a company like this?
This is Nisha, the daughter of the late Jant Lal. Nisha returned from the United Kingdom to demand a share of her late father's estate. And that marked the beginning of problems for her uncle Bakrania and his sister Hansa.
Another day he came speaking very badly, saying it is better you died. So we can inherit all this property. Yeah, better to die, yes. He said you both of you die, so we can inherit this property. Wow. Yeah. These properties belong to my father.
Just about 2 months, we had a problem. They tried to hit me my office. Right? I had 4 people from outside. They pushed me, and I still had my legs are broken. See, my legs were broken. You can see it's still burning.
Then this is proof here. Like, you see tax compliance certificate. He's not done anything. It's like, please pay your tax prior penalties for the year 2014. You see, how do you run a company like this?
In her pursuit of what she termed her father's property, Nisha hired the services of this man, Sanjay Mehta. Bakrania and his sister Hansa, on the other hand, sought the services of a private investigator, Jane Mugu.
I want a honest answer to nikiwawa, nijue nimeuawa kama wewe uko side gani.
Every conversation I overheard gave clues of an elaborate web around this epic property contest. When we met Bakrania for the first time, his passport and that of his sister Hansa had been confiscated, his firearm taken away, his bank accounts were frozen by individuals, and this Bentley car worth millions was missing. He had also been barred from setting foot on his company offices in the industrial area, and he was just moments away from deportation.
Right? I had nothing, money left from anything, everything was taken, everything out from me.
He also filed to Dilip to give order, a deportation order. So his permit was cancelled and he was given the deportation order. So he was about to deport. He went to police, calling him, phone him. So he went to the Gigiri police station and they said you are to be deported today 4 o'clock.
I set out on a trail of the people behind Bakrania's tribulations. This investigative journey took me to the inner workings of an intricate web. One would say a web capable of consequence, a web capable of using force, causing pain, and forcing outcomes that would have included deportation or worse. First, I came across detailed short text messages between Nisha and senior police officers, immigration officials, her lawyer, and Sanjay, the presumed leader of her property quest. I then came across this secret records book containing names of visitors to Dilip's house. The list includes names of police officers, Mr. Oching, Juan Kevin, and Makadara Member of Parliament, George Alado. The name of Sanjay is also listed. I started by investigating Nisha's text messages. Part of her messages read,
"Hi Steve, please note the steps I have taken of being in the business, including getting protection and getting the immigration and CAD on his case. All have been at a cost. My life is just full of cops, CAD officers, lawyers, courts, immigration, and much more."
Her text messages review how she planned and tried hard to deport her uncle Bakrania.
"Hi Steve, we urgently need to meet DIG tomorrow morning with Sanjay to discuss my uncle's matter."
The Steve mentioned in the text messages is Nisha's lawyer. And we established the DIG she was referring to is the Deputy Inspector General of the Police, Edward Mbugua. Different accounts of Sanjay paint an image of a smooth wheeler dealer in both political and Asian Kenyan circles. He wields considerable clout among Nairobi's Indian community and he is revered by some. The meeting with the DIG apparently took place as proposed in the text messages, and it was followed by drastic consequences for Bakrania and his sister Ansa.
All the work is Sanjay, you know? You know Sanjay? Yes. He did every work, the cancellation of permit, because he knows all this police station in all areas and everywhere. He has got very good contacts now. Then, you know, these police came, who sent? Nisha, you know, our daughter sent them to terrorize us. They are intimidating, terrorizing us, so many things, no? And this he has not done any bad. Still we are not doing anything bad to them, do we?
Sanjay paid them a visit in the company of these two men, Kevin and Ochieng. The two were old friends of the family, but unknown to Bakrania, the three men were operating on behalf of Nisha.
You know, we have another, that Wakil notice. Say this lady will going to come with Moisi and with the CID people and going to beat you, remove from the house, and she will going to stay in this house. So I was very afraid that time. So I ran to Ochieng that time. We did not know you. Yeah, I ran to Ochieng. Now he brought a policeman from, he said he is very big policeman from Kiambu police station. So he came by car early in the morning and we were going out. So this policeman said, I want 90,000, 80,000. I said, so he said, I want 80,000 shillings now. Now say, I don't have now, but you come later on. So he came when he came back, we came at 4 o'clock and took 80,000 shillings from me. Well, why you? He said, I want to give this other my people also. Look at, I have got bangles, I have got pistol here on my hand. He took 80,000 shillings for me. Now we are running, we don't have the money now in our own. I have to go begging for someone.
These two, Kevin and Ochieng, are said to have collected the passports of Bakrania and Hansing the month of July this year. They returned again on unknown dates and took away his firearm. The two made yet another entry back into Bakrania's compound and picked his Bentley car from the garage. Bakrania took a photograph of them.
We have a brand 1962 area, right? We had a very senior car, right? We worth at least 2 million, 3 million shillings. One day he said to my car that we'll make sure we'll cool them and clean them and polish them, right? And suddenly we found that he disappeared with my car.
Soon visits by the policemen to their home became frequent.
They came in the private car. Now, you know, these workers called me. Then I went to see her. She said, I want to see Dilip because he wanted Motukuba nataka ongiaye. Mimi sima ina lala iko makonjo sanjo subuhi na kwenda hospitali. Then, you know, I told her, okay, you come tomorrow, day after tomorrow. He is very sick. So he said, goja na ongia kidogo moze angalia namna gani. She walked up to his bedroom. And, you know, bedroom, he was sleeping. He was very, you know, headache and all these things. And a whole leg was very red yet. Then she came and took a photo of his leg. Minasema, yenasema letu sisi na kamata namna inachukua. Makononi. Minasema hapana hii kwa magonjwa sana sisi subuhi na kwenda hospitali. Wanaweza kwenda chukua namna hii. Alafu she wanted to carry him but I refused.
They reconstructed that bedroom scene for me.
Start say wata sisi tapepa namna hii nasema. Mimi nakota. Gari gani. Na gari hapa iko polisi ya private iko. Langine polisi ile toto anatuma juu rafiki yake iko. Ile tatu ile polisi kuja. Moja iko bunduki, moja safari nyingine hii. Safari nyingine moja iko bunduki, moja iko ile toto ile mama iko, moja CID polisi iko. Wote na kuja hapa kitchen ndani. Alafu nasema mimi nasema sababu nakuja wapi nakuja? Nasema mimi nakuja hapa huku industrial area. This 8 years my in Nairobi. But you know, I never problem this has been faced. And this even the company people, you know, staffs are terrorizing him. Can't go, and we don't have the money now. Every money worth about 1 million shilling I spent.
Doing what?
Yeah, giving the people.
Why?
Because they are demanding. They said, I want money. So you must, yeah.
You spent
meanwhile, yes, the policemen and gave 90,000 shillings. I had 1 million. You know, I spent all my money.
We have the truth. I thought he was supposed to leave.
Ochieng and Kevin brought another man into the picture, Makadara Member of Parliament, George Ladwa. We contacted the Member of Parliament and he agreed to an interview.
It was very clearly said to me that money was required to make sure everything being finished, to do all my things, finish them, because I was having low.
Bakran and Hansa claim Alado received close to 1 million shillings, supposedly to help stop their deportation and to help him renew his work permit.
How much money did you give Alado?
500,000 shillings.
Alado said you sign it. He said you sign. Otherwise you don't sign, we will going to deport you. Standing and saying, yeah, we're going.
That was
then I was forcing him, please sign, please sign, please sign. They were saying like that. Ladwa, then you know, Ochin also forced. He said, if you don't sign, I'm not going to come here. Intimidating, Ochin. I am not going to come here if you don't sign.
In an interview, Aladwa denied the bribery allegations.
Kutoka wapi? No. Mimi mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu unajua mimi nimekuwa kiongozi miaka mingi hapa. Na hakuna kitu ambaye angenipatia ya kusema kwenda kama angenipatia ningemlipia bond. Nilifanya kwa sababu mimi nilicomplain, huyu ni mzee msimweke ndani. Mkiweka mzee ndani itakuwa ni mbaya. Huyu mzee ni mgonjwa na I can tell you. Mimi nilikuwa nina complain kuona vile amedhulumiwa ya kwamba nini imefanyika na huyo Kipkenda ni wakili wake. Kwa Kipkenda na usikia Bakrana atakwambia ya kwamba walimuuliza. So ni mimi nilitoa pesa yangu nikalipa bond. And you can ask the CID officers wale wako pale ndasteli wao mwanadada na mwanaume. So kama kuna pesa kama alipatia sijaona na hakunipatia.
Bakrani was in the meantime facing difficulties accessing his company offices in industrial area. One time, an attempted visit to the offices got him a thorough beating.
Nisha and husband, they both pushed me, all of them as well. Now, you know, I said to her, I said, you know, I'm not allowed to take me or to change me anything else. We never called you, we not done anything to you. How did you do it? Well, I was pushed down on the phone. I was virtually, I had fall down and then I pushed myself up to sit down. You know, just like this, we sit here.
After that incident, he went to Gigiri police station to record a statement. But curiously, the police refused to record his statement. A policeman present at the time narrated the events of that day to us.
Hata alienda kwa DCIO Mr. Muguna akafukuzwa akaenda kwa OCD akaenda kaunti akaambia wewe bana wewe kuja tu hata kama nimejia kuja tuongeze wewe wakati anakuja kuandika statement wakakuja na Ocheng na chapter mwingine wakakuja Ocheng na mwingine
na Kevin
na hiyo Ocheng ni broker alikuja na hiyo JC mwenye ndio nani sasa kaniambia utajua kesho ya pili gari ya Australia. Tena hiyo deputy OCD, gari imeandikwa OCD hapa. Yaenda Australia.
Kwa nini ndio nilikuwa?
Akakuja hapa anakuja sema Tupeleke huyo mzee twende tushike. Unashika nani? Kanda wewe mwishike nyinyi wawili. Wanakuja na askari wapi? Askari 3. Nikamwambia askari wa nini? Nyinyi ndio mnaisoma moto. Nyinyi mnajua watu pale. Wewe unajua mimi ndio na Sanje, mimi naita complaint na andika statement, anaambia huyu na huyu anaambia kuvuruga kesi.
Caught between Nisha's aggressive squad and apparently hostile or reluctant police, Bakrania and his sister Hansa decided to hire a private detective, Jane Mugo.
What the hell on earth would a senior officer pick up a passport? It does not work for immigration. Why would a senior officer pick up the gun when there is an office in charge of the firearm, Mr. Morality's office? Why would someone also pick up the car? No control, nothing.
I followed the private investigator on her journey that started at the offices of Nairobi County Commander Investigations Officer Bernard Nyakakwa, Nairobi area.
No, this is a government office. You can never throw me out. You have to agree. This is not your office. It's a government office. Then why would you leave me? Because we have to agree, me and you. No, but why are you annoyed with me? And we have been friends with you. Do you know police point? This is a British High Commission point.
Yes. Through the IO.
That is the point now.
I'm calling her.
Yes, sir.
We had been informed that Bakrania's passports were in his custody. After a protracted exchange of bitter words, the police gave in. Bakrania and Hansa were led to a different office where they recorded a statement before receiving back their passports.
After 4 hours of waiting, they have finally gotten back their passports. It's hard to understand how passports that were taken from them by people, ordinary people, ended up here at Nairobi Area Police Station.
My name is Purity Mwambia.
Weeks later, I went back to Nyakakwa's office to try and find out how the passports found their way in his office, but he didn't seem to have an answer.
We took over the case.
So that's all we want to hear from you, nothing more.
That is what I'm telling you. So we have actually finished the investigation. We are forwarded the gun.
On the gun, for the passport, or
Nyakakwa refused to grant us an interview.
Are you in custody right now?
No.
We later accompanied Bakrania to the immigration's office as he sought to have his work permit renewed. But the head of permits at the immigration department, Linus Mureithi, was neither friendly to him nor receptive.
That has been detailed.
The boss he was referring to is the director of immigration, Alexander Muteshi.
But are you
These are not the case, yes, I'm announced.
But why does it
These people can marry my boss. Give my mind to deal with them.
His office is close by, and so I headed there to find out, did he receive the money?
Those allegations, I did receive them. That, in fact, he had given 1 million shillings for me to be given, but I didn't know for what purpose, because the allegation of me receiving 1 million, it was not coming out clear. It shows for what purpose at all. Yeah.
So did you receive it?
I did not receive the money because in the first instance it was for what purpose? It was actually Aladwa, yeah, who approached me on the issue of Bakrania, why I had not actually given him the work permit.
I went back to Aladwa. Earlier, he had denied any involvement in the bribery issue.
Napewaje pesa? Ile pesa ambayo alikuwa nayo nimembebea ni hiyo pesa ya bond ambayo nilimlipia, ilikuwa almost 10, na tukalipia magari na fuel na kamrudisha kwake nyumbani. So angenipatia hiyo pesa wapi?
But Aladwa did not deny knowing or working with Kevin, Ochieng and Sanjay.
Kevin amezaliwa Kaloleni, Ochieng amezaliwa Kaloleni, vijana na wajua.
Tulisumbuana mpaka saa 1 na nusu usiku. Mpaka mama yake ukakuja ukasema sio skip watu wanakuambia. Ndio tukasitu kasema tunatoka. Dada yake akakujiambia kasema msiende Ochieng. Tafadhali msiende.
Sasa tunamwambia sisi tunaacha hiyo kitu.
Msiende tulichoka.
Later that day, he organized for a meeting between me, Kevin and Ochieng.
Dada yake
but they had one condition: no cameras. We, however, out of profession coercion, we filmed secretly at the parking lot of a city hotel.
Jamia Dilip, uko na bunduki. Kama una bunduki, tupeleke tukasarende. Yote mlikuwa mnafanya surgery, Matiang'i alikuja na sheria zingine mpya. Utashikwa. Mimi nakusaidia. Kuna bunduki yako na ndugu yako. Akaambia enda. Baada nishafika huko usiku saa 4 akanipigia simu kuja ichukue. Nasikia? Sina ngechukua. Nikapeleka DG. Kama DG mzee, alikuwa mgonjwa hivi na hivi, but
kwenda vet ile ya nini.
Nikamtoko maneno ya mama nikamtikia.
Ya binduki ndio akasaidiwa hiyo.
Purity. Tukaiko certificate ICC tulifuata sheria.
Karipotiwa, ndio over mpaka kujisawa.
I tried to find out from these two, who are they, what do they do for a living, and why did they hound the two aging siblings, and why did they take away Bakrania's firearm, a task that should have been performed by the police. I'm headed for another meeting with Sanjay, Ochieng and Kevin. In this meeting too, they had asked us not to film, but we will do it secretly anyway. We are meeting Sanjay for the first time.
Wanasema ni wrong number. Kamzee akizeeka unarudisha hivi.
Ati wewe ni waindi kizeeka unarudisha hivi.
There's nothing like that. I don't want to. I'm here in fact to aid people if they have an issue, if they, for the schools, I do computer for indicators.
Tusaidia nafanya isanje kwa Asian community. Ni lobbies, ni kama lobbies in America. Kama kuna shida, anakusaidia kama mimi pia kwa Afrika. Sasa ndio wanasema napigia na kusaidia.
This is the first time I've heard this thing. I've done nothing. It is just they want me to be like them. On the other side, do I have a gun? The guy or what is the fat lady? She has a gun. Do I have a gun? I have nothing. I just a pen.
Purity. Sanjay.
Purity.
Alikuwa.
I was consulted wrong.
Mimi ndokano. Sanjay ndokano. Sisi ndokano kuna all ties. Hata success kama zikikuja, kuna friends kwa hiyo kuna all ties.
I respect the government. I am not cartel. I am nothing.
Days later, Ochieng invited me for another meeting with Nisha. The meeting took place here, inside Teamwood offices. They were all not comfortable with our cameras again, but hidden cameras worked for us.
Misappropriation of company funds, managing director to use his salary instead of company money. So, when you dig into a lot of things, you'll find reports which show that. And it's like Apex. This is an example of a supplier who's not being paid. They want to come and auction things.
Her text messages speaks differently. They even reveal how she used police officers to track his uncle's movements and how she tried hard to have him arrested.
My uncle is to be arrested today.
On several occasions, Nisha used Bakrania's gardener to spy on him.
The gardener was telling me Dilip wants to sell his properties.
Her text messages shows her disgust of his uncle.
The mental case is here again.
She promised us an interview, which never took place. This Bentley car, which was presumed missing, is in her custody. Teamwood, Metlex, and Teamco companies have since been closed. The companies were unable to pay their suppliers. Our efforts to reach the Deputy Inspector General of the Police, Edward Mbugwa, were unsuccessful. Bakrania continues to struggle with work permits issues as a citizenship status and health. His gun is still with the police. Jane Mugo, Sanjay Mehta, Kevin and Ochieng are civilians with strong links to top police officers. It is a trail of web that left us with more questions than answers. Purity Mwambia, Citizen TV Investigations.